Ladies and gentlemen, hello. I'm in the uncomfortable position of having tried making this video a few times, so I already know pretty well what it is that I want to say, but because I've already said it to myself, I don't know that I'll be able to say it here in as genuine and heartfelt of a way because I've already said it. So I'm going to try to say it, but I'm going to try and just go through it quickly so that I'm not trying to formulate too much. I want to talk a little bit about integrity and the journey that I've taken along this way, a little bit about where I'm headed, but mainly what I realized, like kind of what there's been a shift inside of my head. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. Let's get to it. This channel was born ultimately as a step towards what I consider to be my life's quest. We're not getting into my life's quest. We're not getting into what I want to achieve in specifics and what the dream is. We're just calling it my life's quest, what I want to do with my life, what is deeply important to me to the core of myself as a human and my like everything I am. This channel is a step towards that. Even more than learning how to express myself, it's even bigger than that. I began the channel by trying to express some of those ideas which are crucial for my life's quest. Came to find out that my power level was too low, and I would be able to express these ideas much better if I knew how to express myself. Full switch on the channel to just me, trying to figure out me. And that super duper worked because then the channel is chronicling my growth, and that's something that's really valuable, I think, to see is someone who's growing, evolving, changing, but then trying to chronicle some of the mechanisms at play there. And that's something that I think was making the world a bit of a better place as you're seeing what it's like to grow as someone grows. Big fan of that. And that was part of the journey for this channel, which again was part of the journey towards my life's quest. Ultimately, there's a lot of ideas that I've wanted to express, haven't been able to, so I learned how to express myself. That was a journey I mapped on this channel, and so far, it's been amazing. But I realized something. It's a few things, actually. Up first, I'm not as weak and scared as I actually think that I am, but then also as I portray myself on camera. Because not every video can contain the fullness of a thought. I haven't thought about my thoughts fully enough to be able to convey them adequately enough. But it's time, is what I'm trying to get at, I guess. And I just want to skip to what I'm trying to get at, because I just think that's important to do. But it's time. Because now that I know enough about myself and where I stand and how to express myself, etc., and I'm just super comfortable with myself for the first time, hanging out with friends, making new friends, understanding what's right for me, and taking steps to enact that world, it has to do with playing the cards have, not what I think the strategy would be that works. Living life, like, I can talk about all of that another time, but I'm in a space where I want to be making the world more specifically a better place, and most specifically, the ways I am able to do so, which is expressing my weird thoughts and ideas. And my favorite videos are the ones where people say they have to pause and take notes. I just love that. That's a lot of fun because I've taken so many notes in my own life permanently for decades. And so to pass on that confusion to other people, that brings me tremendous joy. And at least in my purview, that is adding something to the world a little bit more unique than just a story or another piece of art. Like lots of people can do lots of things. But what I try to do is really specific and again has to do with that kind of life's quest thing. The disparity took place when a friend pointed out to me, using hardly any words, but I received it in the way that I needed to, that, um, gosh, they didn't put it quite like this, but we're just going to go for it. That some of my channels has become noise a little bit. Not a problem, not a big deal. But I kind of think there's something to that. Bear with me, actually, because I feel like after I said that, some people probably felt um, like they didn't agree, or they had feelings about that when I described some of my recent videos as noise. So I'm going to qualify that. It's very important that we're on the same page about this language. And here, I think I'm just going to define noise in the consumerist sense. The movies you can consume, the YouTube videos, everything's just kind of the same. Anything that you can use to distract yourself from the mundane monotony of a soul crushing life, I'm going to go ahead and call that noise. Sometimes it can cancel out the noise that you feel inside of your head. And what I brought up to my friend in this tiny, small little conversation that was just game changing for me is it feels like if I make videos that contain noise, they go into a video and it clears my head. And some people find value in my flavor of noise, and then they get to consume something that helps them feel better throughout their days. And those are just fun videos to make. When I go babble, 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 and I'm talking about stuff that makes me really happy. And do not mistake me, expressions of joy, never going to be a bad thing. We like those things. But it's not the sort of thing that I think enriches. That's the wrong word. It doesn't advance what I've been trying to go for. This one friend in particular sees what it is that I've been trying to go for, and recognizing that I had kind of reached a point where I was being really comfortable with myself and then just kind of talking about that, which is excellent. And that's where this channel had turned to, was I'm learning how to be myself. But then after doing that, I didn't re-switch gears to keep this channel how I have always intended it to be. And that caused like a week of challenge, and it's already been just a lot going on. Some fantastic stuff, and we have more on the way. Don't mistake me, we'll get to it soon. But I really need to get back to the ideas which I consider to be important, and the ideas which I think have a little bit of heft. And sometimes that's still going to be funny little furry fake podcasts or whatever. But so long as there's something I need to say, like, I only want to make a video if I feel like there's an opportunity for enrichment. And sometimes I've been experimenting making videos that I don't think have an opportunity for distinct enrichment and are more just kind of fun to consume. Not a problem. I also love consuming those sorts of things. But not as much as you would think. Because the videos I go back and watch again are the ones where I understand I was trying to get through kind of a chonker, kind of a rough idea. Those are good to watch. I mean, part of that's just I get excited about my ideas. But I don't really feel like I need to go back and rewatch one of the videos where I'm just talking about my, the guys I've been dating, or that's just famously hard to say. Which is why I almost didn't make this video in the first place, and why I've tried making it, I think, 3 times. Is because if I say too much, it starts talking about what I'm going to do in the future, and I don't love doing that. I just operate way more in the moment, and I've got lots of pieces of what needs to happen. It's so hard for me to say and declare a schedule. These are the types of videos I'm going to make. Safe to say that what I've been needing in life has been shifting, and my creative endeavors have not shifted to reflect that adequately, which is something I only realized about a week ago when my friend pointed it out to me. And we're going to get back into the swing of things with a few distinct updates. Let's talk about it. Up first is a really short one. I'm making videos about Resonite again. It's been a long time of a break because I was trying to learn Resonite before I could make videos about it, and I'm pleased to announce that I'm able to start getting back in the swing of that. Neither here nor there, I was trying to film a video earlier today and it crashed, and I received that as a sign, as I always love doing. But we're getting back into filming there, which, we'll just see more about that as the time comes, but we're very excited that that's on the way. But also, much to my own chagrin, and I haven't even said this out loud yet, because I haven't wanted to manifest it, but I'm saying it to therefore realize it. I'm launching a new YouTube channel again. So I'm going to name it, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about it. And it is called, I'm so sorry. Okay, it is, it is called Furry Vlogger Vlogger Vlog. There's so many things that go into that. First off, it's a horrible name. So it's going to be a little bit, in some ways, guaranteed a horrible channel. You go to that channel, you know what you're going to get. A furry who vlogs, vlog. It's in the name 3 times. And part of this is I really need a channel where I can just whatever. Not intending for any of it to like succeed or whatever. Oh, because there's a few things I need to learn, and this channel is not the correct place for it. As some of my previous videos have reflected, I am in just a happier life position than ever before. Um, and not only because there's a guy that I like, but other social things that I've been really doing. I went to karaoke in VR again and sang. And it's only like the third time I've ever sang in karaoke. And it was a blast. I felt super comfortable, supportive environment. Just these people are super duper great. That's not something I could have done so casually 2 months ago. And it's stuff that I think would be good to talk about because I'm new to experiencing a lot of happy. And my every instinct is not to trust it or like wait for the other shoe to drop, which I don't call it that, but I think that might be a little bit what it is. Or I'll want to examine it and I want to like, okay, what about this was happy? How can we make more happy? And I'll want to I'll want to like logic the happy out of it, which is good because I know how to handle logic a little bit more than emotions, interestingly enough, when this is largely an emotional channel. Because I like applying the odd logics I've put towards emotionality and the expressions of emotionality and describing what that system is. That's very important work. But as far as all this happy stuff, I don't know what I'm doing here. I've got no idea what I'm doing here. Are you just like going on dates? You just do that? And you guys just smile casually? And you just like hang out with friends. You just decide to do that? Is that how it is? Is that a thing? Apparently you've done that. And I look at people do that for my entire life, and it looks neat. But that's what you guys do? Is that everyone has that? Huh? But apparently everyone has that, and it's the sort of thing that I think I'm lighting on for the first time. And anytime I'm doing something for the first time, what I like doing is just scattergun. Just throw at it, see what sticks, just explore it, and have some fun, baby. No stressors, no expectations. When you're making a new art, when you're doing a new hobby, it's gonna be Garbo. So just let it be Garbo, baby. Have some fun. But I don't want this channel to be Garbo. Look, I know it probably is already a little bit. But at least there's some level of intentionality with this channel, like I've been talking about in this video. And the intentionality I want to bring with my expressions of this new body of emotion that I'm new to experiencing and handling is a lot of more chaos and unstructure and just play around in the fields of whatever. Because a part of me needs that. Some of how I know that is because none of me wants it. Because for my entire life, I usually treat that body of emotionality, for whatever reason, as like um temporary, not gonna last, or sometimes really base expressions of emotionality I consider not worth bringing up. Because you're not adding anything, everyone's emotional, and so just like if you went on a good date and you're happy and you just want to talk about it, I usually don't do that kind of thing. Or if I'm having a really bad day at work, I usually don't want to talk about the bad day that I had because it's it's fine. It'll stop being a bad day in 10 minutes. And so why would I talk about that? And encapsulating moments like that is hard for me. Because I look at those videos and consider them as having no integrity because they don't stand the test of my test of time, because I'm always changing in relation to those videos of sharp emotional expression. So I have no interest in actually cataloging them. I don't think that they're worth cataloging. Those would be more distinctly just regular old diary entries, dude. Eh? But I don't know. Because and this channel, you would think is kind of like that, but it's also kind of that, but then kind of research projecty, and there's been so much that's going into all of it, and this video's got to close up soon. But some of what I enjoy doing is following inclinations, when there's a new system at play, just go nuts and explore it. And I like pursuing ideas that I feel resistance to. The idea of not loving that I've been making these videos where I'm just expressing raw emotionality and just talking about stuff I'm excited about and like dates, namely, but also just other things and a lot of social updates and just stories that I would like to tell that don't have heft to them. And stories I've never really told, so I just need to tell them to then be able to examine how I feel about them, all sorts of stuff, right? And I think it might be a good exercise to pursue that. And videos where I literally am just talking about breakfast. Because sometimes I'm excited about breakfast and I want to tell someone about breakfast. And you don't need like a meaning to a breakfast video. Sometimes the breakfast video is just the breakfast video. But I want consistency on my channel for Christ's sake. Please, please. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I don't think that's too much. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Guys, I get whiplash on this channel all of the time. All of the time. Are you kidding me right now? And I want to say more about that. I really do. But this video's got to be done. It's just time for this video to be done. I can feel it in my bones. So I want this channel to have a little bit more of a consistent, we have a point, there's something I'm going to want to bring up. Even when it's a silly video, I want there to be something that we can kind of take away from. And that's just so important for a lot of reasons, and this video is too short to contain them all. But there is officially a new channel now where I'm just like, that's where just the goes. And maybe it takes noise out of my head. Maybe it adds, I don't know what. But it was very important to make the channel Furry Vlogger Vlogger Vlog. So everyone knows, and I know, that we all know, Furry Vlogger Vlogger Vlog. And then this channel can go back to just being what I need it to be. For consistency's sake, if nothing else. Gotta go. And then you gotta go. You've got things to do. But thanks. Bye, guys.